Welcome to the 2019 Motorsport UK British Kart Championships. It's time to kick off the IAME season from PF International in Lincolnshire. I'm Jake Sanson, and we're not far away from the Senior X30 final. But before we go racing, we caught up with a man who relocated from Japan to compete in the Motorsport UK British Karting Championships. Here's Rhys Ushijima.
My name is Rhys Ushijima, I'm 16, I'm from America, and I'm also half Japanese. I live here in the UK studying, and I race with Pierce Sexton Racing in Senior X30. The British Championship is really one of the hardest I've ever raced in. There's a lot of really good people, both young and old, and for anyone, it really is a good learning experience, and although it's a bit emotional sometimes, it's good for the driver.
They run together in the Mike Wilson complex. Westover, Lawrence, Kimber, Ravenscroft, Harvey, Malin, Porter, Pendlebury, Turner and Zagazeta, and a wealth of drivers behind them as they come out of the final turn. They will go onto the tram lines. Is it going to be a clean start? It certainly is, and away we go. Westover gets a cracker. Charges through from fourth to second. Brilliant start from Ravenscroft. That's the textbook getaway from the outside line. He charges through and is now on the tail of Westover. Ravenscroft has done an amazing job of the start. Now it's Lawrence in third position in front of Mark Kimber and goes for the lead. Ravenscroft, he takes it immediately. Clayton Ravenscroft hits the front. How quickly did he do that? Round the outside now, we've got one of the Dan Holland racing drivers trying to squeeze in. That's Elliot Harvey. Cuts in front of Mark Kimber and gets into fourth position. So it's Ravenscroft leading, then it's Westover, Lawrence, Harvey, Kimber, then it's Malin and Pendlebury. An absolutely spectacular first lap though from Clayton Ravenscroft by turn 5. He is in the lead of the race from fourth on the grid. My goodness, this boy's good. Out of the final chicane, left and right and onto the main straight. It's not done yet. This is a long race, 14 minutes plus the additional lap to go. Ravenscroft leads Westover, third is Lawrence, fourth is Harvey, then Kimber, Malin, Pendlebury, Hodgson, Porter, Zagazeta, Turner, Morgan, Butcher, Armstrong and Kilner. They go up the hill, round to the left side and then over the Litchfield Bridge, back down to the back straight. Gravity takes control as you drop down the crest and into the run to the hairpin, and already there's going to be a challenge from Louis Westover on Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft shuts the door, but Westover will not be denied. Westover takes back the lead. That was really gutsy from Westover. He is determined to make up for yesterday's mechanical problems in the final. He wants to win. Kimber makes the move back on Harvey to get into fourth position further back, and Hodgson and Porter are going wheel to wheel with their rivals as they tuck in behind Lewis Malin. There's a warning flag already. That's for the 62 of Tom Wood, who fought his way through the repechage earlier on. But it's Westover leading, Ravenscroft in second place. Now we've got a proper race on our hands as Lawrence is going to have some pressure from Kimber and Harvey down the straight. Ravenscroft is going to take the lead into the first corner. Lovely job from Ravenscroft as he switches back through to the inside and grabs first position. And we're under Battenbergs by the look of it. Battenbergs. Now, that means that we are basically under caution, and that is for one of the carts that's come off at the far side. It's Luke Whitehead. All sorts of bad luck for Luke Whitehead this weekend, and it's happened again as Luke Whitehead, unfortunately, is going to pull off the circuit. Well, he's already pulled off the circuit at turn 5, and Luke Whitehead is rather sadly out of the race. He's had a nightmare weekend. He's shown flashes of speed all weekend long. Plenty of overtakes. He's probably overtaken more people this weekend than any other driver in Senior X30 put together. But it's all going to come to naught as yet again the bad luck goes his way. So we're under Battenbergs as a result of that particular incident. And it is the full course caution around the circuit, so it's going to be Westover who leads the Ravenscroft who leads the race from Westover, having got back into the lead at the first corner. And that's going to take away a lap or so from what the potential total would have been. Well, I think we're going to go green as they come around this time. They just needed to get Whitehead off the racing line. He's absolutely devastated, but the green flags are going to fly. Here we go, green, and it's Ravenscroft out front. Westover in second, under pressure from Lawrence and Kimber early doors. Ravenscroft got some magnificent restart. So things are already going well from that point of view. Ravenscroft running well. Then in second it's Westover. Lawrence is then third from Kimber. Kimber trying to fight his way through, and that is going to be a charge from Kimber. Harvey coming with him as they go down to the hairpin. Lawrence hanging onto the inside line. Harvey deciding to go the long way round. Might be able to get through on Kimber. Bails out of the move at the last moment. Hodgson 6th, Porter 7th, then it's Pendlebury. Then it's Lewis Malin in 9th position, and in 10th place that is Derek Morgan, now ahead of Matthias Agazeta, the Peruvian. Then it's Turner, and up the inside of the Australian Sean Butcher goes Matt Armstrong, but Butcher shuts the door as Ravenscroft battles with Westover. Westover having taken the lead. Ravenscroft now takes it back again. They are swapping the lead like Billy-O, these two. Absolutely magic from Ravenscroft and Westover. They come onto the main straight. Both men are absolutely determined. I'm going to lead this race. Lawrence is now going to give some support to Westover in the hope that not only will Westover take the lead, but also Lawrence will get second. Up the inside goes Westover on Ravenscroft. Lawrence is there to the inside and he mugs them both. Gus Lawrence takes the lead. Superb from Gus Lawrence. No wonder he is so rapid around here. He knows the lines, he knows the craft, and Gus Lawrence hits the front. That was masterful. In all of that, Kimber manages to get through into third position as well, and Ravenscroft is now down to 4th place. So Lawrence leads, Westover second, Kimber is third, then it's Ravenscroft, Harvey, Hodgson, Porter, then Pendlebury, Morgan and Matthias Agazeta as Turner gets back up the inside of the Australian Sean Butcher after they have both made a mincemeat of Lewis Malin. And they come through the Mike Wilson complex once again. So far, so good for Gus Lawrence. He's picked his moment absolutely to perfection and given himself 3 kart lengths over Louis Westover and Mark Kimber. But those two will be back, that is for certain. They will continue to charge forward. And as they make their way through chicane under the Litchfield Bridge, Lawrence is your leader from Westover. Kimber, Ravenscroft, Harvey, Hodgson, Porter, Pendlebury. Hodgson up the inside, trying to make a move. Oh, and it's contact! Harvey and Hodgson come together. And that is disastrous for both of them. Hodgson has lost about 5 places. Harvey has gone into the barriers. So Hodgson has dropped that down the order, and it looks to me as though he could well be out of the race. He's recovered, but Harvey has recovered too. Hodgson and Harvey now down to the back of the field, and repair work going to the barriers at turn 4. So Hodgson and Harvey are out of contention for the victory. They will try and get back as many championship points as possible, but it's all game over for them in terms of the victory. Still a lot of jockeying for position, a lot of shuffling and a lot of pushing and shoving in the midfield. But Lawrence is your leader. Westover second. Kimber is third now. And in 4th place still Ravenscroft. Then there's a little bit of a gap, but it's Morgan Porter who's now to 5th. From Morgan, Pendlebury, Zagazeta, Turner and the 73 of Cole Kilner. An amazing set of battles. There could be some really exciting racecraft manoeuvres from this point onwards. 8 minutes and 17 left on the clock as they come down the back straight. It's Lawrence in front of Westover, Kimber and Ravenscroft. These 4 could well break clear from the rest of the pack. They have got a little bit of a gap on Morgan Porter. 8th being Derek Morgan, 7th place, 6th being Derek Morgan, sorry. 7th is Pendlebury, then 8th is Zagazeta. And in 9th place it is Thomas Turner in front of Lewis Malin, who leads the cavalry in the charge for 10th position. But what a battle this is. Absolutely superb racing. And there's an absolutely intensive battle developing up front as Westover closes in on Lawrence, Kimber closes in on Westover, and Ravenscroft is reeling in all 3 down the main straight. Lawrence continues to run in the lead of the race as they go right, left, under the Litchfield Bridge and up to the hairpin. This is a much better run through the hairpin, keeping the power nice and steady as they come into the square right. And they'll come off the flyover at Litchfield Bridge. Looks like Porter's lost 6th position further back. As for the lead, it's going to be a change for Westover. Westover gets through on Lawrence, so does Kimber. Ravenscroft's trying to finish the job as well to get into 3rd. And Kimber has a look up the inside for Westover. He's not going to get it. Ravenscroft will get Lawrence on the switchback, will he? Lawrence has got a good draft off the turn. Ravenscroft slides the kart in and into 3rd. And further back, I was going to mention that Porter was no longer in 5th place because Derek Morgan has got through into that P5 slot. And there's only so much time to talk about these things when they're flying past you at 80 kilometres an hour. Through the chicane, onto the main straight once more, and down to the first chicane. Right and left, Westover leads Kimber, Ravenscroft and Lawrence. There's a potential for Lawrence to come back into this one. He just needs to stay hungry and stay patient. Derek Morgan in 5th in front of Morgan Porter. Matías Zagazeta, the Peruvian racer. And down the back straight they go. This is going to be a sensational tussle as into the lead goes Kimber. Dives up the inside of Westover. Manages to shut the door in time for Ravenscroft coming through though. Does Westover, remains 2nd. Kimber goes long. The other 3 go with him. So Kimber leads from Westover, Ravenscroft and Gus Lawrence. This is a 4-way fight for 3 spots on the podium and only one of them is for the victory. Through Bobby Game. Mike Wilson Complex through the long flowing right hairpin. Is there an opportunity now for Kimber to stretch out the advantage to Westover? Not on your life, mate. Louis Westover right out of the final turn down the main straight. A really strong charge as they come across the line. Ravenscroft is tucked in there for 3rd position as they sweep through the chicane under the Litchfield Bridge. And there goes Westover into the move in the lead from Mark Kimber. He gets through. What about Ravenscroft? He gets through. Lawrence gets through. So it is Westover to the lead. Ravenscroft is 2nd. 3rd is Gus Lawrence. And 4th is Kimber. Now we're going to get some support to the lead as Ravenscroft goes through with support from Gus Lawrence. Lawrence comes through. Kimber determined to stay in there with Westover. And they bang wheels. That's enough for Derek Morgan to get through on Kimber now up into 4th place. So Morgan joins the victory battle. Now Morgan's going to go for 3rd on Westover. He nudges him and they're going to go wide. Morgan dives for the inside line. Westover struggling to hold them off. And it's absolute skittles through the Bobby Game corner. An absolute squabble. But now there's only 2 of them at the front. And that is Ravenscroft in front of Lawrence. They go clear up in the lead of the race. And emerging in 3rd, it's Morgan Porter, last year's vice champion. They go through to the chicane again. Zagazeta is now up to 4th place. One has happened to Kimber and Westover. Well, I can tell you that Westover is now 7th behind Kimber in 6th, so they've held each other up big style. And up the move comes Zagazeta on the inside of Morgan Porter. Derek Morgan's going to get alongside him, and Kimber's going to try and go with them on the inside. Morgan to 3rd, Kimber to 4th, and Porter's going to get on the inside of Zagazeta. No, he's not. Zagazeta shuts him down. Kimber's now going to try again to make the move for 3rd position, but Derek Morgan is holding fast in that 3rd place run as Gus Lawrence tags onto the back of Clayton Ravenscroft. Kimber now dives for the inside for 3rd on Derek Morgan. Morgan is going to try and get the switch back on Kimber. Kimber shuts the door. They go on the grass and round the outside. Up to 4th position again comes Zagazeta. I'll tell you what, Matías Zagazeta has suddenly found the charisma and the strength to run in the top 3. He's not going to be far from this. Down in the run behind Kimber. I'll tell you what, the next time Matías Zagazeta shows up at Europe, he is going to have an amazing opportunity with Mark Kimber, battling away as they do. Both of them European racers as well as in the British National Championships. Through out of the turn. Kimber still in front of Zagazeta. The battle for 3rd place. And up the inside goes Lawrence for the lead on Ravenscroft. He takes the lead. So Ravenscroft has to settle back into 2nd position once again. Kimber now 3rd. Zagazeta trying to hold off Derek Morgan. And Ravenscroft sat in 2nd position behind Lawrence. But for 3rd, it's anybody's guess. Kimber, Zagazeta, Morgan Porter, Derek Morgan down to 6th now. And in 7th place, that is Alex Pendlebury ahead of Thomas Turner and Louis Westover. So Westover has really struggled since that manoeuvre from earlier on in the race, and it looks as though Elliot Harvey's got more problems. Alex Lloyd likewise, both of them are slowing. What a real shame for Lloyd and Harvey. So much promise coming into this round, and it's all come to naught for both of them as the 18, Matías Zagazeta, it's a warning flag. Now down in 5th position behind Morgan Porter. Kimber's back to 3rd position after all of that hard work. Kimber's there in 3rd, and it's an absolute squabble for 3rd place. Lawrence and Ravenscroft still fighting for the lead, but look at the squabble for 3rd position. Kimber, Morgan Porter, and in 5th place, that is now, is that Westover? It is. Westover has stormed his way back into 5th position. Now Porter goes for 3rd, and Westover comes back to 4th. What a comeback for Louis Westover. He was 8th going into that lap, and now he's in P4. Amazing from Westover. Porter now defends valiantly for 3rd. They know the win is not going to happen now. They are squabbling over 3rd place because Lawrence and Ravenscroft are far too far up the road. They have been squabbling too much, and now the leaders have broken clear. So this race is for 3rd. And it's now Porter in front of Westover and Kimber. Lawrence and Ravenscroft go into the final 3 laps of the race, I'm fairly sure. 3 laps to go. For 3rd, it's a tough battle. Porter in front of Westover, who's going to try and get the move. It's going to be a late one, but that's because Porter's squeezing in. Westover will continue the run up the inside. There's not a lot of room for manoeuvre, and they're going to be side by side. And Westover's got through. Brilliant. Morgan Porter has to settle for fourth for the moment. And watch for Pendlebury. He's going to try and come around the outside of Mark Kimber as they battle for 5th and 6th in front of Mattia Zagazeta. Malin and Turner have joined the battle now. So Lewis Malin and Thomas Turner. Oh, from a long way back, Morgan goes into the side of Lewis Malin. And Thomas Turner has to take avoiding action. Oh, Lewis Malin has absolutely been robbed. What a shame for Lewis Malin. Nothing he can do about it now. He's just got to keep going. And we'll let the officials sort that one out. A warning flag comes out for the 19. That is Matt Armstrong. But out in front, there are 2 laps to go. And it's Gus Lawrence in front of Clayton Ravenscroft. They will duel for the victory with Westover now away and clear in 3rd position. Morgan Porter in 4th. And it looks as though Porter, Kimber, Zagazeta, Pendlebury et al. will fight for 4th place. Westover clear in 3rd. Can Ravenscroft break the deadlock to Gus Lawrence now? It looks as though Ravenscroft actually backed off a little bit to outfox Gus Lawrence and come back at him from a long way back. Watch out, Gus. Ravenscroft's looking hungry. And Gus Lawrence is in defensive mode. Ravenscroft is going right. Lawrence is defending to the inside line. Watch for Ravenscroft. He's going to squirt the throttle. He's going to go left through Bobby Game corner. Surely he can't get that going round by the outside. Into the Bobby Game and into Mike Wilson. He dives for the inside of the left-hander and he's through! Clayton Ravenscroft takes the lead with 1 lap to go now. Last lap board comes out. Ravenscroft in front of Lawrence. Now he knows that this is going to be the duel for the victory. Ravenscroft and Lawrence for the win. Westover safe in 3rd for the moment. Morgan Porter trying to hang on to 4th. In front of the 51 of Mark Kimber and Axel Laflamme, who's come up 21 places to be in P6. Down the back straight, side by side for the lead. Ravenscroft squeezing Lawrence out. Lawrence is going to get the undercut for the inside, but Ravenscroft will be on the inside for the next turn. This is up to Lawrence now. He needs to back out, blend back on the throttle and get to the inside. Ravenscroft cuts him off. Now Lawrence is going to go alongside him into the S's, through to the chicane. Ravenscroft holds the line. Lawrence is trying to shut him down once more. Ravenscroft pulls right back across. Lawrence goes to the left side. And at Bobby Game corner, Lawrence has got to find a way through on Ravenscroft. It's not going to happen. Ravenscroft is going to take it to the line. What a fight. Just like yesterday, Clayton Ravenscroft comes through and wins in brilliant fashion. What a sweet moment for Ravenscroft. Lawrence is 2nd, Westover vindicated in 3rd. Ravenscroft wins it from Gus Lawrence in 2nd place by 0.11 of a second. 3rd is Louis Westover in front of Morgan Porter and Mark Kimber, from Axel Laflamme and Alex Pendlebury, Nelson King, Reese Ishijima and Charles Lamb, Matthias Zagazeta and Sean Butcher just outside the top 10, from Max Jean and Derek Morgan, Cole Kilner and Thomas Turner, from Teddy Pritchard-Williams, Rory Hudson, Matt Armstrong, Callum Barnett, Roman LaRue, Oliver Hodgson, Piers Henderson and Matthew Hudson, from Jensen Brown, Lewis Malin, Alexander Wang, Henry Ayers, Archie Tillett and Tom Wood, with our retirements, very sadly, both mechanical for Alex Lloyd and Elliot Harvey, and then Ben Hodge and Luke Whitehead out of luck as well. What a showdown that was.
Once again, Clayton Ravenscroft is on the top step of the podium ahead of the brilliant Gus Lawrence and the unrelenting Morgan Porter.
It was really tough in the midfield pack. A lot of hard races going on and a lot of hard drivers to get past. Everyone was really batting it out hard, so I just managed to pick my way off like 1 by 1 and ease my way up to 3rd position, where it just seemed to be, well, the front 2 had cleared off so much that it was just a game of playing defensive until the end of the race.
Yeah, we've had 2 very good qualifying sessions and then carried on by 4 good heats. We won all 4 of our heats. And then just for the finals, long races. First final on Saturday we got it slightly wrong, but we come 2nd in the end, so it wasn't too bad, good points. And then coming for the Sunday, it was a long race. We sort of spread out quite a lot towards the halfway through. It was just sort of us 2 at the front, and then 3rd place was quite far behind. And then yeah, we battled it out at the end. Clayton done me on the slight left in the middle of the track. I wasn't expecting it, and then come out on top, raced well. So.
Yeah, the final was difficult. I just worked with Gus all the way through the race, and it was a really long race, so it was hard to keep in with it. And yeah, we just battled it out on the last 2 laps, and it was a lot. It was very hard, but we came out on top, so we were lucky to get the break and managed to secure the top 2.